He's been called a modern-day Al Capone, a ruthless gangster in a Brioni suit, the Dapper Don. John Gotti has fascinated the public for some time.
You know why I'm here? It took them $80 million in tree lying cases and 7 rats that killed 100 people in the witness protection program to finally frame me. You understand?
When you see these individuals being released early from prison, you've got a second shot at life. But rather than go on with your life and tend to your wife and your children's needs and be a tax-paying pillar of the community, you want to be a star. You want to go do movies and books, and you want to threaten people on the internet, and you want to get involved in crimes, in some cases murders, frauds, and other crimes. Okay, you were just given a deal. You were given. Somebody played God and gave you back your life. And you think you have the right now to abuse that. These criminals, what they're doing is they're getting government absolution for their crimes. No matter how heinous their crimes are, no matter how egregious their acts are, doesn't matter. What they're doing is giving them deals. Testify, give us, if the target's big enough, like in my case, I was the biggest target in the country. My father's case, he was the biggest in the country. They used Sammy Gravano. Absolution for some 19, 20 murders, and they released him after 4 years in jail.
Sammy the Bull Gravano recently posted a video expressing his disgust with John Gotti Jr. and Patrick Bet David. Gotti Jr. recently appeared on Patrick Bet David's podcast on the Valuetainment YouTube channel and shared some of his opinions on Sammy the Bull, who was John Gotti Sr.'s underboss. Gravano was enraged that Patrick Bet David would even have Junior Gotti on without notifying him. Gravano claimed Junior was following a script and Bet David didn't press him on his meeting with the government, even calling Junior a rat. Gravano claimed Junior's father, John Gotti Sr., must be rolling in his grave with what Junior just did, calling the whole interview disgraceful and disgusting. Even saying Junior made his father look worse by admitting that Gotti Sr. had his neighbor taken out after the tragic incident involving his son, Junior's younger brother. Gravano claimed that Junior lied when he suggested that Sammy wasn't in the car with his father during the famous hit on Paul Castellano, with Gravano saying, "Why would I say I was there if I wasn't? How would that help me? I wish I didn't do it. It wouldn't be on my list." The list, referring to the 19 hits Gravano was involved in, that he is even referenced on some official Sammy the Bull merchandise. Sammy goes on to talk about his relationship with Patrick Bet David and how it used to be on good terms, but claims Bet David had a plan to get views by interviewing Gotti Jr., knowing it would break Gravano's balls. Then, Bet David would offer the opportunity for Gravano to respond on his Valuetainment YouTube channel, ultimately racking up more views, calling Patrick Bet David disgusting as well. Gravano then turns his attention back to John Gotti Jr. disputing his claim that a made man can walk away from the life and become a civilian. Jr. says his father, John Gotti, who was still the boss of the Gambino family, released him from the mob in a meeting in the high-security prison in Marion, Illinois. Gravano claims that once you're made, you're always made, which is probably why Gravano still thinks he's an underboss. Gravano again goes on to claim that he should have been notified that this interview with Gotti Jr. was taking place. He also discusses how John Gotti Jr., Patrick Bet David, and other content creators use him for content to build up their subscribers. He continues by saying, "This kid didn't belong in the life," referring to Junior Gotti, and says that the problem with the Gotti family is that because of their last name, the family thinks that they're royalty. They're not, he shouts. Gravano continues by saying when John went to jail and made his son acting boss, nobody respected him and nobody wanted to talk with him. "He's a joke," said Gravano. What are your thoughts on the ongoing beef between Sammy the Bull and John Gotti Jr. and Gravano's disgust with Patrick Bet David for having Jr. on his podcast? Let us know down in the comments and keep following American Made.